Well, greetings, BUS20 students. This is Mr. Doucette. This is week number 8, our final week in business mathematics here at Norco College for spring 2025. And this particular week, you're only going to be looking at one chapter, chapter 20 on investments. So you'll be looking at stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. And so there's just some, basically some common sense mathematics. If you buy some stocks at a certain price and you sell them at a certain price and you had to pay a broker fee, etc., what is your profits going to be or your losses? So it's pretty simple. It gets a little tricky with the bonds. Just keep in mind every bond is always a value of $1,000, but those can become a little tricky. So make sure you look at the book exactly what needs to be covered. There's also some videos by me on those chapters as well, or that chapter as well, on each of those topics. So make sure you go to the study page and that you review those. But I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing this screen and share my screen for the course. So just so we can go over this last week's worth of work. And so here we are on the home page in Canvas. And of course, since this is the last week, we are in module number 4. And just keep in mind, it's not a completely full week. Technically, everything is due on Friday, the 11th of March, or April, excuse me. And so keep that in mind. I probably won't start grading things until Sunday. So if for some reason you don't get it in by Friday, make sure you get it in by Sunday without question. After that, I will not be able to accept it. But anyway, there's a read me first on week 8, kind of explaining investments in general. And then there's a help Sienna as well, kind of showing that she wants to make some investments to be able to purchase some land in the future to build a building. And then, of course, here's the study page for chapter 20. And again, there is a video of me working out a few of these problems in there. Actually, there isn't a video of me. That's one I needed to still do. But there is some great YouTube videos on how to calculate stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. And I guess I never did a video on investments. I'll have to look and see if I have that somewhere else. Maybe go to the home screen. There is a videos link here. So let me see if I have it there. Do I or do I not? I do not. So I do need to do one on that. I didn't realize I didn't have one. So anyway, but just make sure you read the chapter. Since you only got one chapter, it should be pretty simple. However, with that, you also have your final exam. And your final exam is only based off of the last module. So that would be the last 2 weeks. So you're really going to only be looking at chapters 15, 21, and 20 in this final exam. So that's what you're looking at right here. Final exam actually is, oh, I'm sorry, it's the whole last half of the class. So chapter 12 on annuities, chapter 14 on mortgages, chapter 16 on inventory, chapter 17 on depreciation, chapter 20 on investments, and chapter 21 on statistics. So make sure you review all the, I would just say really take your time, but review all the quizzes because all the quizzes have the same questions that are probably going to be on the exam for the most part. At least the ones that you had to fill in the answer, those are the same exact questions used on the final exam. Not that you're going to get all those, but make sure you review those. I should have given you the answers to all of the ones you got wrong and the ones you got right. If I gave you full credit, you got it right. So just make sure you understand how to do it. But you do have your final exam, and there is a quiz on chapter 8. And this is only really to let you kind of practice a few times on some of these mutual fund and bond questions and stock questions. So make sure you do that early, and then I'll give you the answers to the questions that you miss if you miss any. And then you can have a little time to study. This is kind of a study tool really for the final exam. But by the way, there is a check-in assignment. It's not math questions. It's just personal questions. So that's the first thing you might want to complete. Just what did you learn? What did you like? What did you not like about the course? Then you have the quiz. So practice that a few times and then go ahead and take your final exam. And there is also, the inventory valuation case study that you were working on last week. So that is also due by Friday night or Sunday. And then you do have a mandatory post-test assessment. Doesn't even matter how you do, you automatically get 10 extra credit points, so don't skip out on that. But try and do your best because it helps me to know what you've learned because you took this test at the beginning. Now you're going to take it again at the end. It's also a tool that we use to collect data on whether or not you're learning the concepts. So make sure you complete that. Do your best. I would take that after you're done with everything else. And it's 10 questions, so it shouldn't be too difficult to do. But I appreciate if you would do that. But that's pretty much it. I just want to say thanks for being a great class. Pretty much most of you tracked with it the whole time, uh, and did really well. So I'm confident that you'll get a good grade at the end of the day. If you have any questions or concerns this last week, don't hesitate to reach out to me as well, and I'll be happy to help you. But also in the future, I always look at all of my classes as a divine thing, and I got to know you a little bit, and you got to know who I was, and you got to know me a little bit. And the idea there is that now we have a little bit of a relationship. So if I can help you in the future, I would count that an honor. If you need a reference for a job, or reference for a scholarship, or reference for a college you're trying to get into, don't hesitate to ask me. I'd be happy to help you. If you have any questions about your future education or your career choices, things like that, please don't hesitate to reach out to me for that. I'd be happy to help in that. And then also just life stuff comes. If you have any life issues, you want someone to talk to, you have a something you want to bounce some off of somebody, you want it to be a neutral party, or you have any family crises going on, you need somebody to talk to or someone to pray for you, I'd be happy to be available for any and all of those scenarios. And just reach out to me. You all have my email address. You also all have my cell phone, so you can text me. But I'm confident of great things for all of you. And if there's anything I can do to help you be successful in the future, I just want to say that I'm here for you, and I'm willing to help wherever I can. So again, thanks for being a great class, everybody. And maybe I will see you in another course someday soon.